Yo, people, and welcome to For a Different Lens podcast. I'm your co-host, Joe.
And I'm Jacob.
Yes, my brother. How we doing? You good?
Yeah, man, all okay. Another week.
Yes.
Another week.
Indeed.
So, yeah, no. Missed you guys last week on the recording, so, you know.
I mean, it was a really good episode when I got back to well, when it was posted, and then obviously I was back in the country then. I was listening, and then just the conversation was really good, and literally I was saying to you just before we started recording, a lot of people messaged me. They were like, yo, like, they're spitting, blah, 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 etc. Like, my older cousins' friends, they were like, yo, this episode's really good. People that usually watch but that don't comment, they were making comments, etc.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, no. And I think I messaged you halfway through.
Yes.
Or whilst it premiered or something, and I was like, yo, this convo is good.
Yeah.
I was like, Tanika, bring her on again, everything. I was like, nah, it was really good. So definitely enjoyed the topic of conversations you guys had last week.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was a good conversation. It's just topics that me and Tanika just chat about on daily life, really. But yeah, no, it was a good conversation, but didn't get to speak about sports. So that was what was missed, but you know,
I mean,
other than that.
we generally give the people them sports all the
Yeah,
time.
it's true.
Every now and then we'll switch it up. Then there's some days where we're just completely sports dominant. So hey, it is what it is.
Exactly.
Get me. But how's your week been? Well, last week, etc.
Oh boy, it was just busy. It felt like I was in a million places. Obviously came back from the wedding in Greece, and then
How was that actually?
Yeah, real good. Real good vibe,
Oh,
man.
you spoke about it last week, but yeah.
Yeah, no, but real good vibe. It just let me see what an abroad wedding and how it should be done.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, that's like, it was perspective, and it was a real good one. It's like, okay, cool. If you're gonna get married, do it this way. So yeah, no, that's definitely what my eyes have opened up to.
Numbers wise, like, has it made you think about like whether you want more
Having
or
more
less?
people.
Obviously, you're more inclined to go abroad.
Do you know what? It was a relatively big, but I think they were on a vibe of, if you invite whoever I invite, if they can't come, they can't come.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? But we're preparing for this amount of people to come. So I think I might do the same thing. Maybe increase numbers in some form of way.
Yeah.
But still do the abroad thing. But everyone was out there. Everyone like wanted to be there. You get what I mean? That's the main thing. I don't think anyone complained about being there.
Yeah.
A lot of people use it as an extended holiday.
True.
So they were there for like 7 days, whereas the wedding was free.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, that's how my week's been, man. Just busy running around, messaging football clubs, just, trying to get into somewhere. Yeah, it's just been busy, but I wouldn't want it any other way. So,
and making sure in regards to the football that you just don't rush anywhere.
This is the thing.
Because you literally, I think I was speaking to Dej on the weekend because he came down because he had international break off, and football Dej, by the way, guys. And then we were just talking about like free agents, and there's still a lot of men that are still free agents. And you can tell it's like the man that ain't rushing into going just finding clubs for the sake of it. Like, obviously you want a club, you want that security, etc. But you also want to uphold your value and know your value. And I think I saw it more so in the summer because the PFA started that.
The pre-season camp kind of thing.
Pre-season camp, the training for a certain period of time.
Yeah,
and then
like 10 weeks.
I think so. Yeah, but I think you can join that particular stages.
You could have joined whenever.
Yeah. And then they were playing 1 or 2 matches towards the end and stuff like that. And I see like a lot of names that I was like, fair. Like, and Mandem, I'll keep on saying Mandem, but like all the guys that were there were just, it didn't seem like a kind of arrogance thing or anything like that. When I'm seeing certain names, I'm like, oh, raw. Like, everyone just going for it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, not rushing to find their next club and stuff like that. So, because
you can make a mistake. Doing that sort of stuff can always make you, do you know when you just, I need to sign somewhere. I probably made that mistake last season. It was, I need to sign somewhere. Signed, I haven't, and it was a complete wrong move. Do you get what I mean? Luckily, I got out of there within 10 weeks.
Yeah.
But it's the case of, you make that decision and you're stuck. Because,
you were fortunate that
I could be able to just, and the manager that signed me got sacked, and it was a case of, okay, cool, I was on non-contract, so it was a bit of me able to wiggle my way out of there. But you see, when you make the wrong decision and you're stuck for the year, And then in January, you're sitting there thinking, I can't even move anywhere because we ain't been doing anything to move anywhere.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that decision to sign someone is a key one, especially as we're entering these ages in our careers. The back end, I say the back end, the prime years. You kind of want to be in the right place and not wasting your prime fighting relegation. You want to be playing for something.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say. You want to be playing for something. You don't want to just be playing for, okay, cool, I'm playing for my money, yes, but I want to be actually trying to win games. I want to be trying to get promoted. I want to be trying to do something instead of just fighting relegation all the time. So I think that's why a lot of people have been patient and waited this offseason also, because one, the money's not been right. Two,
clubs will try it. No, not bump, but effectively try and downgrade your market a bit because they know, free agent, you need to play, etc. Blah, blah, blah. Whereas it seems like this year in particular, not a lot of players aren't buying into it.
Yeah.
And I think literally just before we press record, we were saying about the amount of guys that are playing in Asian countries, for instance. Like, because we were just talking about Bakayoko for Sierra Leone. Because Sierra Leone beat Ivory Coast 1-0, come on. And he's playing in Japan.
Yeah, exactly.
And I only knew that because of the reverse fixture on Friday. Was it Friday or whatever? When they were like, Bakayoko is playing in Japan, and I forgot that he'd moved. But we've seen like a few men have moved within the last year to different Asian countries. And I was saying it to Dej. I was like, bro, it's experiences, life culture, life experience, the whole shebang. It's not just football anymore, especially when you get into, like, obviously a few years older, but my age now, them men are probably planning further ahead and stuff like that. So
definitely. But how was your week away, man? How was it?
Mate, fantastic, man. Literally, like, I definitely needed it. Especially, like, just not a lot going on, for instance, but it just felt like everything was at once. So say if work's busy, it's not like work was stressful or anything, but if it's really busy and then external stuff just effectively, it felt like it was piling on, and I was like, I need a break soon, innit? And then I planned to have gone away the week before, but I think because I delayed, it didn't come to fruition. And then like someone just like, why not think of going to there? And I was like, And I was like, do you know what? F it. Traveling alone. Why not? And the thing, it's made me want to travel to a warm destination in winter even more. Right. Obviously, it's not winter yet, but it's colder now, isn't it?
It feels like
it feels like winter. Yeah. But our real winter's not here yet. And I was just like, geez, like, not to say, I'm looking for my next trip, but I don't think I'd flown to a warm country within winter, period. I might, like when I have flown in winter, it's been like, say, the States and stuff.
Right.
So New York.
Still cold.
It's colder. Colder, innit? So, and I've done that a few times, like I think in the winter period, etc. And I was like, just needed a few days to myself, or just a few days away from everything. Like I said it when I came back, because I didn't reply to bare people then. I was like, nah, because on my first day I put DND, I said only disturb me if it's urgent. But unless it was obviously you guys, my family, or literally my very close ones, I did not reply to about 25 messages.
Yeah, no reason to.
I was like, my phone usage was down.
You're on the Aaron Rodgers retreat.
Yeah. I went to get my ayahuasca. I joke. But no, literally, I've done an Aaron Rodgers thing. And because I think before I went, I asked you there was a book, but I forgot to come and collect it in it. But I did take a couple books over. Because usually I don't do the reading books as much, more of an articles kind of person. But I was like, let me do the whole poolside reading books. Even on a boat, I took a books, reading there. And napping on the net, everything, bruv. I was like, yeah, man.
Yeah, in your own world. It's you need peace in this life.
No, bro, literally, the last week, like, it's been a very good week in that sense of just the week being very good, feeling very much at peace, like you just said, and just I felt. Not to say, I feel super energetic or anything, but just feel a bit more rejuvenated mentally.
Right.
I'm more motivated as well, innit? So, because I was able to, like, say, if there's people that I want to have a message or email, etc., started drafting messages, started drafting emails, sent one or two. Happened to write a blog at work for Black History Month as well, and first time doing that as well. So it was like, all right,
Nice.
when I feel I'm generally at peace, I can
Get things done.
yeah, or bring out some form of creative juice. I won't say
Yeah.
I'm a creative like that, but yeah, like yeah. So
No, we all
fantastic.
We all need that mental reset.
Yeah,
Because you see life the way it goes,
Yeah,
it's
man.
just, it's especially in England as well, it's 110 miles per hour.
bro.
It's just all the time on top. You're always doing something. You just need sometimes to get away, reset mentally, reset physically,
Yeah,
and
no,
then come
definitely.
back and then you go, okay, cool. What am I actually doing? Where's my head at? What needs to be done? What doesn't need to be done? What matters? What doesn't matter?
Yeah,
And that's why I feel like when you do go away and do things like that for yourself, you understand what actually matters, what doesn't matter. And then you start weighing up, okay, cool. I now need to focus on this instead of this.
yeah, no, 100.
And it helps a lot more.
Yeah, I think we talk about it ourselves. Like even when we're checking in off camera, which is like, it's natural for us to say we're doing so much stuff. Life's 100 miles per hour,
But it's not normal.
Yeah, but it's just it's our norm.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
normal, but it's our norm, innit?
Yeah.
'Cause obviously, we want to say progress more in different areas of life and stuff like that. So it won't just be our standard. In my case, 9 to 5, which is your football. There'll be other things outside of that. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Keeping us occupied. Like there's times we're obviously. Our disclaimer is that we watch American sports as well, so we're naturally up late a lot of the time. But even if it's not on, there's times we'll all be messaging in the chat late,
2-3 a.m. in the morning.
If we're all awake, then
Yeah.
a majority of the time, me and you are. If they're just not on shift, where he is
Yes,
as well.
yeah.
And then just like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. Might discuss something pod related, send a meme or something. But we're just awake,
That's the thing.
and we're just always trying to bounce different ideas and stuff like that. So, like, utilizing the time that I feel my brain's active to be try and be productive, but at the same time, like you said, it's like take some time away, innit? A few days away, and like just happen to coincide with your couple days crossover and stuff like that, and then very much needed, man.
Nice.
Very much needed. So I recommend it for anyone else. Travel alone, do your thing, man.
Yeah.
Recharge your batteries here and there. There's too much. There's so much in the world to see, man.
That's the thing, man. That is the
Literally.
thing. The world is massive,
Bro.
and we sit in England thinking, what about?
And we just stress.
This is the thing.
we just,
This is the thing.
we
No
just-
reason to either, you know.
we just stress, but at the same time, that's just the way we're wired as well, and and like, especially being in London and busy, like we're fairly active people, etc. Or personal lives are quite active or quite busy. It's just
You have to be on the go.
yeah,
Even if you don't want to be,
Yeah.
you're on the go.
that's just what we're accustomed to.
Like people would look at our down days and say, Jesus Christ, that's their
Yeah.
most busy day.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, this is a calm, chill day, you know, get to relax for an hour.
Yeah, no, real talk.
So
I'd say normal days where I not mentally check out or anything, but if I'm not doing anything, is either on a Saturday if I don't go to watch football and I don't do nothing, and most Saturdays I'm going to watch football anyway,
yeah.
and then I might utilize that time to just actually not even watch football on TV, just watch series on Netflix or whatever I'm watching series or catch up on EastEnders because I love my EastEnders.
yeah.
And then Sundays like safe haven in the sense that there's football, there's F1 if they're scheduled, and then we know 6 o'clock we're
NFL
sorted NFL
until
season.
4 a.m. if
Exactly.
we want to be. Yeah.
And then now NBA season starts next week, so
Yeah, good
it's
to
just
go.
like those are the down times where we're still doing like
We're still doing something,
Yeah.
but it's the do not disturb day.
yeah. Mate.
That's what it is. Sunday, that's for me. Do not disturb.
Bro.
I'm going to be, if I had a game the day before, I'm going to be in the gym in the morning.
Yeah.
And after that, don't ask me to do anything.
Bro, my boy done his birthday party. Like it was wavy still. Big up has last Sunday, and then I was like, it's like there's NFL games on, mate. Do you know what I mean? And it ended up being later than expected and stuff like that. And I think I was flying the following day, and I was like, I'm missing I think I managed to watch the 6 o'clock games, then left.
Oh,
So I was
okay.
just watching like the 9 o'clock games, the start of it on my phone whilst my other boy was driving
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
Because even when I was at the wedding, my phone died and I was trying to watch the Bengals versus the Ravens. So I took my missus' phone and said, I need your phone. She said, why? I said, I just need your phone. I need to see what's going on. It's overtime. I said, yeah. She said, you in sports, man. I said, look, It's Sunday. That's what I said to her. I said, it's Sunday.
I think the Eastern Conference Finals when Jason Tatum dunked on LeBron, I was out. I don't know if you were out that night, but my sister was out that night. And it must have been a Sunday or something like that. But anyway, yeah. Bro, I was like, final quarter, I walked outside the bar club. I was like this. I was like, nah.
Yeah.
I need to see LeBron take this home.
You got to lock in. Yeah.
And that's just the way we're wired in particular. People think, oh, you lot got problems or, you know, care too much. Like,
it means a lot.
It's our safe space or just our happy place.
Just like for some women, it's the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Real talk.
Or whatever they watch. Selling Sunset.
Yeah. It
could be one of them shows. Just for like everyone has their own vice and their safe space for what they want to do. Ours just is in sports.
Yeah. I think it's important for people to have hobbies or safe spaces. Like I've said that to a lot of people in the past. I feel not to be on a sexist kind of vibe, but I feel guys have it more because like they're generally, a lot of us are interested in football, for instance.
Right.
So that's more of a default one. Do you know what I mean? But I won't call football a safe space now because I'm interested in so much other stuff in it. Like I know I can enjoy having an NFL convo, just me, you and Dej, over a football convo with like 20 man.
Oh, 100%.
Now, do you know what I mean?
100%.
Because football's our bread and butter. It's our everyday thing.
This is the
thing.
thing.
NFL, we're still learning the shit. Like the shows that we watch make everything more excitable. And just learning and enjoying the games. And NBA is the same. The off the field stuff. Like you started to see if you've watched or started watching Starting Five. I'm like, bro, like
the behind the scenes stuff that actually happens.
This is the real interesting shit. And I know like stuff like that. For instance, I always put my sister on those kind of documentaries because she likes the behind the scenes stuff, innit?
That's how people fall in love with stuff that they don't understand. Yeah, it's like Drive to Survive did that. For a lot. That Formula One, they said, oh yeah, there's a lot of new viewership, but I said it was only because of the Drive to Survive series that you had so much viewership because you saw what was going on behind the scenes. Then you realized, oh wow, okay, cool. This is what's going on. Now I can find who I like, who I want to support. I know who's in the team. Yeah. So you're looking for that person every time it's on TV. And then you're really actually enjoying it. It's similar with the Tour de France one that I talked about. I said, I'll never sit down and watch Tour de France, but I'll sit down and watch the behind the scenes of what goes on in the Tour de France. Which now when I'm watching, I'm like, okay, cool. I understand why they're all riding in that peloton, why there's certain man going ahead, who can actually win the race. Because you know sometimes when they're talking, it just sounds like gibberish. Yeah. And it's for the people, the casual NFL fan that would, or not casual NFL fan, the people that don't watch NFL, if they watch Hard Knocks, they might understand more what goes on. If they watch receiver or quarterback, they'd understand, okay, cool. You now know what goes on in the huddle, in these plays, what they're talking about, how difficult these schemes are, what they have to see and look for. So those sort of things are like the behind the scenes gets people that wouldn't be involved in things, very much involved in things. And I think it helps a lot. No, definitely. I'd say in terms of like those particular series, I'd say Hard Knocks will be a bit more advanced for a newbie. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So say he's quarterback and receiver, those are the more beginner ones for them. Because you see more of the players' personal lives and stuff like that, their family aspects, and kind of seen that with Starting Five. Yeah. Have you watched Starting Five yet? Not yet. I've seen a few clips, but I haven't started it. Oh, okay. Yeah. What was the one that... I'm 4 episodes in. There's 10 altogether, though. The NFL one that... Oh, man. They did it on a... You remember when Man City had the documentary as well? Yeah. What was it called? What, the Man City one? Nah, when Arsenal had it as well. Is it All or Nothing? Everyone's All or Nothing, yeah. So All or Nothing, but I started watching All or Nothing when they first started it. And when they started it was NFL only. And then they started doing NFL, and then they did the rugby ones. When they moved to football, I didn't really care so much until Man City's one. I watched Man City's one and I watched Leeds' one. I think the only one I've watched properly out of the football ones is Arsenal's one. I didn't watch Arsenal's one. I didn't care to. You generally won't with your own team. When there's Man United stuff that come, like my group chat, they'll be like, oh, have you lot seen this? Or when ex-United players go on podcast, I'm like, no offense, don't really care what they've got to say though. Like, true. Not even in a rude way, but the football one, I don't really watch the football ones as much because I don't feel I'll learn anything more. But the only reason why I was really keen on Arsenal's ones because Arteta's come in as a rookie manager to a big club. That doesn't happen a lot. So I was very intrigued to see his way of working, his dynamic.
and obviously what he learned from Pep.
Yeah.
So that's what made me watch that one more.
Right.
And obviously you got a hate watch on the Arsenal every now and then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? On the ops. So
that's true. But the All or Nothing series would give another great insight into what goes on, because the Dallas Cowboys All or Nothing. That one is when it was Dak's first season, I think. Dak's rookie season. And obviously that was a transitioning of the quarterbacks, because obviously the quarterback got injured.
Dak taking over Romo, innit?
Yeah, Dak took over. They went 13-2.
13-3.
13-3 that year.
Won their division.
Yep.
Because that was Elliott's first year as well, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a real good one. They had built a new facility at the time, so there was, you get what I mean? So there was loads of insight into that, and that kind of was the one where it's like, okay, cool. This is mad interesting. And I was into NFL anyway, but I said, this is mad interesting, because they did it on the college, but they did it on the college ones before that.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So they did it on like the Michigan Wolverines before that sort of stuff. And I've always been into sport documentaries, so those sort of things I think always...
Those kind of documentaries are so good for like people that don't really have interest within the sport. Obviously, I'll always enjoy them, and same for you, but like, it's because it's not so play action on the field related as much. You only get that in snippets. You actually like... I can sometimes watch it from a non-sporting aspect and be like, and I know who to say to, like, say my sisters or like female friends. I'll be like, you lot will actually enjoy this, or even the them that don't watch those sports, like the ones that just play football, for instance. I'll be like, yo, watch this NBA documentary, watch this NFL documentary, see it. And people by no choice of their own, because of COVID, they got a snippet with Michael Jordan's everyone watched The Last Dance in COVID. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So I think that also kind of helped with the way these sports docu-series are going right now.
My only issue with them is, though, that everyone doesn't need one. Like, everyone seems...
Like, people say everyone don't need a podcast.
No. No, it is... It is true. But what I'm saying is everyone doesn't need one, because it's like Calvin Phillips is a documentary. No disrespect, but it's Calvin Phillips. I understand. It's not a massive name.
Was that the one when he was at Leeds?
No, I think he did it when he was at Man City.
Oh, okay, fair.
So like, Calvin Phillips is a documentary. It's like, but it seems like everyone's got a docu-series about them, and I'm like, okay, I understand, but I also don't understand.
But NFL's showing it right now. A lot of NFL players have podcasts.
That's true.
Do you know
That's
what I mean?
true. Yeah.
Like, for athletes, is either one, you lot have a lot of time on your hands if you're not doing other stuff, and then two, it's just like, it's so easy for them to set. Like, they can literally call their agent and say, I want a podcast. Their agent will bring over every single equipment that they need.
Yeah.
Or just someone from their team.
Yep.
And they can start there and there today.
Right.
Like, it's so easily accessible to them.
Yeah.
And then they're getting on easily. You've seen it on Micah's podcast. Darius Slay seems to be a regular now. And they're op teams, Cowboys, Eagles.
Yeah.
And a lot of Eagle fans ain't happy and stuff like that when I see on Twitter. But I'm like, bro, once the game's done, they're just there to talk about football. So, like,
it's an interesting perspective, but you know, sometimes you sit there and you go, okay, cool. My only thing with certain things is, like, I understand everyone having a podcast, but if you know talking's not your thing, why have a podcast? Do you get what I mean? Whereas, like, we like to talk and we have good conversations.
Yeah.
So if talking's not your thing, but you think, oh, I see everyone else starting a podcast, I'm going to start one too. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
I think for some people, though, it's like...
A getaway?
Yeah, it might be a breaking of the mold for them.
Try something
obviously,
different.
Yeah, some people... Not to say everyone was a natural in front of camera, but by default, like, because we've been doing it a while now, it's just like, oh yeah, camera's there, blah, blah, etc. Like, we're more aware of it, whereas early on, we'll be thinking, ooh, how should we engage? We're giving you a lot of tips, by the way. But things like that, do you know what I mean? So I think, like, when we see... Obviously, we don't really see athletes here as much that are kind of starting in that realm. Because, one, the media here will just kind of jump on your neck. Yeah. Whereas, like, in America, they don't care what the media say. They're going to do their thing. They know even if they get slated for it. Like, when Micah, they'll be like, concentrate on your game instead of the podcast. Every week he's still doing the exact same shit.
Of course.
And they love it.
Yeah.
Deep down, they love it.
Of course, because the media have something to talk about.
Yeah. So,
Micah has something to talk about. It works hand in hand.
Yeah, for them, it definitely does. Where I think, like, athletes here, a lot of athletes that just in general, not even to start a podcast or anything, generally speaking up, they're quite fearful or hesitant of the backlash that they'll get. And I'll be like, I've always said it, I was like, the players, especially the ones at the top here, they've got enough power. If they're collectively going to do something, there will be some form of change if they want it to be.
The key word there is collectively.
Yeah.
Because one will stand, but is everyone else going to follow?
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the problem you have in everyday life, man. You can stand for something or make a change by yourself. Is anyone else going to follow?
Yeah. Not to say if I was kicking ball and I was playing at the highest level, obviously because I'm around like footballers enough in it, enough to a scale. But if I was playing at a mad high level, it's not an arrogance kind of thing, but I'll be like, yo, this isn't right, etc. Blah blah blah. Like if I'm talking to the media, for instance, I'll be like, I'm very respectful to you guys, etc. I'm receptive. I'll answer questions, but don't take the piss. Yeah. That's how I'll kind of talk in that sense, innit? Because I think I'll be the same personality-wise in terms of how receptive I am to people in general. So I'll be like, yo, like I'll happily do media interviews. I'll probably be the one that people will like to hear from, etc.
Right.
And stuff. Because there's some players you think, all right, cool. Like, for instance, James Maddison. A lot of people enjoy it when he's speaking on the camera. It's not that he's a natural, but he just...
relatable.
Yeah, he's more relatable.
They like Jack Grealish.
Grealish is just more raw.
That's why they like it.
That's what it is. Yeah. So it's just like those kind of things. Then, whereas you see it with a lot of players here, some are very uncomfortable being in front of the camera.
Yeah, you can see they're just looking at
Yeah, some completely avoid, which is fine as well.
Yeah, so. Look at the end days. You didn't sign up. You signed up to play football.
Yeah.
And it comes with the territory. But in America, it's also a big thing. Your media, social media. Like they even the MLS. I know this from like first-hand experience. When they're looking to sign players, they look at your social media presence. They look at
the MLS.
Yeah, they look at these things. They're like, okay, cool. You got this many followers. You can bring us this and that. Because everything for them is you're an asset. So in what way can you help us? We're going to help you, but in what way can you help us also? So like those sort of things are looked at out there. So you can see it's a nation of, even just look at the Dallas Cowboys. It's a whole place of just trying to, do you get what I mean?
With Cowboys, any publicity is good publicity.
Exactly.
For them, shown from their owner. But yeah, it's an interesting dynamic, man. Like we like to compare how we view British sports to American sports, and I don't think that will ever change. Even, it's funny you just said something. I was seeing that it might be the Prem or something. They're trying to implement. I saw it on Twitter. I don't know if it's fully true. Twitter's my source for a lot of stuff, but it's they're trying to either have players talk at halftime for football.
They started doing them weird interviews with managers.
Yeah, it was a lot of like what we see in NBA, NFL.
Yeah.
There was I saw a list of couple stuff, and they're either going to test it next season or something like that. I need to find the tweet or something and send it to you guys. But I was like, that kind of stuff definitely won't work.
No.
And I wouldn't co-sign it. It's not everything that you need to do, and vice versa, innit? And then the flip side to it is on starting five, when the players get introduced to the NBA Cup and they're all talking about it. And like, I think Jason Tatum and Jimmy Butler, they were like, I ain't got a clue what this is, the format. Sabonis was the only one that did. Because of the European background. He said it's a very easy concept. I don't know why people don't get it. It's literally that.
But they're used to watching football tournaments, so it's the norm.
Yeah, so like, and I was like, it's so easy for him to understand the concept more in it. So, yeah, no. Like, overall, everyone should have their form of a safe space. Us just rambling on about it.
Was a safe
space. It's a form of a safe space, and just have a hobby, man. Have something you're really interested in.
100%.
So anyway, there was breaking news just before we started recording. There is another one, but this one that I'm not sure you've seen, Thomas Tuchel is going to be the next England manager.
Oh yeah, so I saw he was in talks of becoming England manager earlier today.
Yeah, and I didn't know how concrete that was.
Yeah, I was thinking, and I was quite confused. I was like, okay, cool. I saw it and I was like, oh, okay. Well, if he becomes England manager, he becomes England manager. I don't really understand it because Tuchel is your manager.
I kind of thought he'd wait for the United job.
Yeah, he suits. I think he suits club football more than he suits.
I don't know why he's gone into international straight away, but
because Pochettino's also the USA manager. I only saw that the other day as well.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing a lot of changes.
His one I kind of get though, to an extent.
What, from the transition into, he likes developing football players.
Yeah. Just like the whole
the cycle.
And then I
makes
think
sense
they would have sold that real good, didn't it? Do you know what I mean? Whereas like Tuchel, I feel like, or Tuchel, however it's pronounced, the Man United job was there for him.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Obviously, Poch always wanted the United job years ago.
Yes.
But once that door closed,
it closed for good.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like once he got Chelsea, etc. Whereas Tuchel, we know they were Ineos were heavily interested in the summer. Whatever didn't come to fruition. It looks like Ten Hag's don't know how he's still in the job and he's still surviving. Yeah. And everyone expected Tuchel to be the next one. Even he's the best. Even though you don't like stopgap managers for top clubs, he's the best one that will do a job. Because he's gone in Chelsea, immediately won Champions League. He was only there not long. Bayern as well. Yeah. Not there long, etc.
Being successful wherever he's gone.
So like
as an international
and a German manager in England.
Yeah.
I mean the whole concept of England, Germany, but yeah.
I don't know how well that's gonna work and how long that's gonna fit.
His one, I genuinely don't know.
I will see it. I say I'll see it. I don't really watch England games, I'll be honest. That's when international football comes on. If I'm not on international duty, I'm taking a break from watching the game.
Nations League, I reckon their viewing's at their lowest.
Yeah, because it's
they probably had more viewing in when it just used to be friendlies rather than that. Yeah,
no, it's true.
Don't know why, but
it's true. But no, it's an interesting manager choice. It's obviously something different for England. Well, we've had in overseas managers before managing the country, but this is a big difference because coming from Bayern Munich to England, I want to see what kind of style he implements on the England team. Yeah, the players he now selects. Because obviously, it's going to be a big turnaround because you've seen people like Angel Gomez being called up, and a lot of young players, Madueke and that sort of stuff, have been being called up. Are they still going to be called up? Or what's Tuchel's kind of thoughts behind it? Who is he bringing in staff-wise?
Very true.
Because, international football is completely different to club football. You're not working with the players every day. You get a short window every month recently every month, but every 2 or so months to work with these players. And other than that, you got to have conversations with them. You got to try and implement tactics without players being there, and then try and get these things into people's minds. But then you also might not pick these players. Yeah. So you get what I mean. It's very, very difficult, and it's like no other kind of form of management.
Yeah. No, I agree. I was like, when I first saw the talks, I was like, maybe his camp are just using it as a bait for United to react quicker. And then when it was actually confirmed as we were setting up, just basically put pen to paper. I was like, fair enough. I mean, I think literally what you just said, spot on about especially style of play. I genuinely don't know. Because with Chelsea, you was the 3-4-2-1. Yeah. But Bayern 4-2-3-1. Obviously, you do it on your personnel and you adjust in terms of that. But with international, his selections might make him go, for instance, back to the 3 at the back. Mm-hmm. The more fluidity, all that sense. Who knows? And then the players you just named, and Gomez, Madueke, whether he'll continue like Carsley trying to bring through the 21s that he had, helped him win the championship, etc., which have been good additions to the recent camps by the looks of it, like Gomez especially. So, yeah, I think a lot of people think England are just a very good manager away from winning a major tournament.
I'd say I'd agree, but I don't know if Tuchel's the manager that's going to take us over the line, because at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of the European countries, their younger players coming up are on or better than the English players that are coming up in terms of. I'm talking about the top ones.
Fair.
If I'm talking about France, for instance, France's team's scary anyway, but then you go Spain.
Spain, just their identity. That's what it is.
That's the thing. And that's the thing. Spain have always had an identity. Yeah. The manager changes, the identity of Spain stays the same.
They might change slightly style of football, but they're dominating possession majority of the time. So
with England, Gareth Southgate, look, he actually got us somewhere, to be fair. So
he made 2 finals.
I don't know what the identity of England was, but hey, they won games, they got to finals. Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see, because,
You just knew it was always capped.
Yes.
Obviously, like Euro 20, which was in 21, that should have been the one because Italy weren't great.
No.
Like, but the England took the lead and then they sat back for like 85 minutes.
But then that was the identity because that's what they did all the time, actually.
Yeah, no, it's true. That's on the management.
Yeah.
It's true. Because sometimes your best form of offense is offense, though.
Yeah. Especially England because you have all the attacking play.
Exactly. We see it like in club football. I hate when managers have like a 1-0 lead and then decide to go really defensive. I'm like, you're just inviting pressure.
Yep.
Some days you'll hold on. Some days,
You
because you're still inviting pressure regardless.
And you can't get out. You can't just flip a switch when they get 1-1. The momentum's all in their favor.
Exactly.
They're still coming at you, and you can't.
You've made the subs that have made you more defensive.
Yep. Like, now you've got 6 centre backs on the pitch trying to work out where the centre back's gonna go. Putting one up top. Yeah, it never works out. But interesting change. I want to see what England do with that. How long's the contract?
I've just seen he's put pen to paper, so
okay.
I presume at least until the World Cup.
Oh, okay.
What, 2 years away? Isn't it?
Yeah.
So
be interesting. Be very interesting to see.
No, it will be. We'll see. There was something I saw on Insta earlier in relation to your topic last week of black people and timekeeping, and I saw it on a Rise and Ballers post today. It was last night. 21-year-old Emmanuel Emega for Holland under 21 scored after 2 minutes. Sorry, his family hadn't even arrived in the stadium. At halftime, he pointed to his family and made a signal, and even said after the game, because this was his signal to his family, everyone is there and they are late, but African time is different. I'm used to it. I always told them to be on time, but they aren't. They aren't. They didn't see my goal. And when I saw it today, I was just like...
See? Black people need to be on time.
And obviously someone commented on our TikTok post and said, for what? It was a fantastic response with their video. Shout out, I think his name's Alex. Yeah, the for what was hilarious. But yeah, literally just seeing that today, I'm like, bro...
Yep.
Black people, Africa time, and black people timing in general, bro.
Just
I
late.
won't even say Africa time.
Just late for no reason. Be on time to your son's football match, man.
Mate.
Be on time. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, if we're a bit later on, we can miss the traffic and get some parking.
If it's international as well.
Yeah.
Like, club, I get it to an extent. But international, you want to be there. Obviously, it's 21s as well, but still. Like,
it's a football match. You can't be late. Like, there's certain things just don't be late to because you don't know it's going to always start on time.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's going to happen. You can't predict what's happening in the football match. You can be late to a party. You can't be late.
Football, I'll be a hypocrite. I've been late to games, but...
No, but you can... But you also go to loads.
Yeah.
You've seen these people play a number of times. If it's someone's first time playing, if it's your son's debut, you're not going to... You're not going to be late. You're going to be there,
even there
when he's there.
Yeah. I might be there when the coach comes in.
That's the thing, to take some pictures. Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it's true.
That's the thing. So, there's certain circumstances where I understand the lateness. But there's certain places where I'm like, bro, just be on time.
Yeah. No, it was just funny. When I saw that post, it literally made me think of that clip on the episode last week. And the fact that he done that as a celebration. Yeah. I was like, yeah, that's class.
He knew.
He knew. He's like... They'll probably late under 15s, under 16s.
They're not going to be on time forever.
Yeah, they'll watch the goal later. I'll send it to them later. So, that was funny still.
Yeah.
That was funny. But obviously, the other big news for today, sports-wise, is Davante Adams getting traded to the Jets, who obviously lost to the Bills. They should have won that game.
Yeah.
I don't know how the Jets lost that game.
I actually watched the whole thing. I actually stayed up and watched the whole thing, and... It was a case of field goals.
Yeah, Zerland. Yeah. Doink. Yeah.
But then, the Bills kicker missed one.
He did.
So it was like, okay, cool.
What's his name? Tyler Bass?
Yeah. Like so they missed 2. They missed 1. They make the 1. So it would probably end up going to overtime.
No, weren't the one that Bass missed was the extra point.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't a field goal. Yeah,
it was the extra point. And the commentator absolutely killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. But no, the game in general, sloppy though. A very sloppy game of football. A load of penalties.
Yeah, I watched the first half, then I watched the rest of the game. Not on my way here, innit? So
Yeah, load of penalties. Everything was being called as a penalty. I was thinking, refs, please just stop at this point. Like, but some of them were so blatant that you couldn't even not call them.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, cool. Even if you didn't want to call it, come on now, you're being silly. And I don't know. The Jets should have won the game, I feel.
yeah,
But I don't know about the Jets this year because obviously they've had the madness. We obviously didn't speak about it last week because we weren't here. They've sacked their head coach
after 2-3 record.
But he was 2-3 last year with Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
So what's changed? They've obviously changed. They demoted Nathaniel Hackett from being OC.
I saw that.
I don't know.
I don't even
know what his role is.
I just heard it on one of the shows.
Don't even know what his role is. They demoted him, but he's still part of the organization.
Yeah.
So it's a case of what's actually going on. And obviously they thought they were a quarterback away. Aaron Rodgers hasn't been playing up to Aaron Rodgers' standards, or even we always said he has to play okay.
He had a good game yesterday. There was a lot of drops. Though,
yes,
on his behalf.
But that was his first real good game, as I can say, for the Jets.
I think
he had another one on the Thursday night.
The second win, it might have been the Patriots one.
Yeah,
that was the Thursday night.
The Thursday night
2
game.
Weeks ago, yeah.
But
he was good, very good then as well.
But I also said it was the Patriots.
Yeah, well, they're known to have a good defense, but
they are. But I said it's the Patriots, so I was like, okay, cool. Let me see how you perform against the Bills. The Bills aren't great either.
Yeah,
but they're in your division.
But they got after him as well.
They did.
He took some hits.
Really did.
Like his O-line was
non-existent.
Like I said, fair play to him. 40 years old and taking those hits, bro. Because there was one he just looked like he said, "Fuck this." He said, "Fuck this."
Non-existent. They were blindside. He was getting killed off the edge. But he stood in the pocket as Aaron Rodgers does. He delivers. He had a good game. Obviously,
a few drop catches as well.
Yeah, the Hail Mary as he always produces.
Only him, bruv.
So, yeah, no, it felt like Aaron Rodgers was in his groove yesterday, but they still didn't get the result.
Yeah.
So they've traded.
It was a divisional game as well, big.
Exactly. So, but they traded for Davante. So
Davante Adams.
Is that what gets them back into the straight and narrow and the path that they should have been, or not?
Well, I mean, like, because now they've got a great receiving core. Because whether he's 1A and Garrett Wilson's 1B or vice versa,
yeah,
those two, then you've still got
Lazard,
who Rodgers loves. Like Lazard dropped so many catches last week.
Yeah,
he caught the touchdown, but he literally dropped like 4 or 5 catches that were pretty straightforward. And then Mike Williams, who's a big target receiver. Yeah. It's just how he's utilized. Because I saw people saying it looked like Rodgers was blaming Mike Williams for
the interception.
No, I think so. Yeah, and stuff like that. And I'm like, boy, like we saw how effective Mike Williams was when he was with the Chargers when he's healthy.
Yeah.
Because he used to beat down the Chiefs back end because he's just a target receiver, bruv.
Like used to be like Kelvin Benjamin, just big body.
Literally. Yeah. Put up in the air, him, Mike Evans, those type of guys.
Yeah,
they're bringing it home. So, receiving core wise, it's serious now.
Yeah.
It's serious. I've got a very good, well, I say very good, but a good running game, young running game in terms of Breece Hall and something Allen. I forgot his first name, sorry.
I wouldn't say Braden, but...
yeah, I think so, yeah. And like, he's just come out of nowhere. Obviously, Hall, the eyes were on him, but Allen's just doing his thing. So, like, skill-wise, offensively, they've got weapons, and their defense has generally played good this season. So, but they're 2-4.
That's the thing. They are 2-4. So, that's where my mind is at. I'm like, the trade's good. I like it. I like Davante Adams. Obviously, he's going to have that connection with Aaron Rodgers. But
that was the best
connection in football.
Quarterback to receiver connection for years.
It was. And then, but I don't think it'll take them a long time to get back on the same page.
Yeah.
But it's a case of, is it just a little bit too late? Not just I'm just talking about in general for the Jets. Is it just Aaron Rodgers is, okay, cool.
Do you mean late in terms of their season or late at the stage of
their careers?
Aaron Rodgers' careers.
Yeah.
We don't know if Davante's going downhill yet. Obviously, he's benefit of the doubt is he didn't have good quarterbacks at the Raiders. And he was, I think his first year, he was still putting up great numbers.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying in the careers wise, is it a case of it's too late?
Because it's not late, like AFC wise.
No.
Because the AFC, it looks like a lot of teams are just gonna go in with, not a lot, but a few teams might go in with a 9-8 record,
and win
or a
their division.
10-7 record. Like the AFC's tight, whereas like the NFC North, you've got everyone's on 4 wins in the NFC North. Do you know what I mean? So it's like the Bengals might sneak in with their 2 and 4 at the moment. Obviously, we'll talk about them later, but like the Jets, in terms of record wise, they have a chance.
They do have a chance. I just think like in terms of the Super Bowl that they think they were going to win, I don't think that window is even there.
And how often we're going to see Aaron Rodgers have very good games?
This is the thing.
That is it.
It's like, I feel like it's 1 in 4, 1 in 3.
Maybe 1 in 3, maybe 1 in 4. Whereas before it was 1 in 1, 1 in 1, 1 in 2.
That's
1 in 1, 1 in 1, 1 in 2.
So that's the thing.
Didn't he's not his final year at Green Bay, but the years before that, the back-to-back
MVPs,
went there 13-3 both years.
So running the table, he threw little to no interceptions, and now this year he's thrown more interceptions than he's thrown in like 3 years that he was in.
Yeah, it's mad.
Green Bay in one.
He's had 4 in 2 games.
This is the thing. That's not like him at all. That's what I'm saying. Is it too late?
Because even last week's game, we didn't get to speak about that. The London game against the Vikings. He fought. Like he was getting hits that game. Aaron Rodgers fought like just again. Lazard dropped a lot of balls. Because the Vikings, their offense weren't great. Their offense scored like 16 points. I think.
The defense made up for a lot of
and their offense has been scoring like 28 minimum or averaging around that and stuff like that. And like, I was like, even though they lost, like Aaron Rodgers he's fighting, he's trying. Whether him and Salah get along. That's why I was surprised Salah got sacked after that game. I was like 2 and 3. But then, obviously, the Jets owner used to be the US ambassador to the UK.
Yeah, so Lou's getting his ass kicked like that in the UK.
The concept saying, he's getting his ass kicked to his UK friends. Yeah. Because he would have probably had a big contingent and stuff like that. So I was like, I was very skeptical on the Jets before the season. I don't think I had them to make the playoffs. I think I might have had them 3rd in the division. So.
I think I had them to make the playoffs over the Bills.
Yeah.
Right now, both the teams are. I'm just looking at that division like, well, makes it.
The Bills can beat those around them. I don't think they can beat the good teams.
No,
they've not got enough. Like you can actually see how effective Diggs having that 1A receiver was for them. They ain't got that
because they're now looking at Keon Coleman. Yeah, look at Keon Coleman right now. They're
he's good, but
he's not there yet.
Yeah, Shakir's good, but they're not like the 1As.
This is the thing. They drop a lot of passes.
Yeah.
For them to win games, Josh Allen has to be Superman.
And it's harder for him now.
This is the thing. He's not got anyone to really rely on, and everyone's keying in on just you.
Yeah.
So when they're just stacking the box, okay, cool, run. Go on, run.
Like the throw he made from his own back end.
When he rolled out to the right.
Yeah. Could have got the safety on him. And that throw was phenomenal. There's only a few of the quarterbacks that can do that.
That's the thing.
Him, Mahomes, and Lamar. Arguably. Basically. Probably CJ Stroud now.
Yes.
Stroud's been making some mad throws of recent, but it's just like, I think the Texans game showed the Bills don't have enough.
Yeah, nothing, not at all. Yeah. Not at all. For me personally, if they need to get into a big, not rebuild, but they need to build.
They should have probably gone for Davante, you know.
They should have. You're not wrong.
Unless they didn't have the cap room for it. Obviously, I think they had to take a cap hit.
Yeah, but I don't, because he's free next year anyway.
Yeah, but I believe the Jets have taken on his salary this year.
They've taken his salary on. It's that 30 mil.
I think I saw something along the lines like the Raiders don't have to pay his salary or something like that. So I think the Jets might have taken it on.
Oh, okay.
So like they're in a full win now mode.
Yeah.
They got no choice. So this year, and I know the Bills before the season started, they were one of the highest cap hit teams, etc. All that jazz, technicalities, and hence this was seen as their rebuild of a year.
Right.
But obviously, you've got a quarterback like Josh Allen, you've got a chance in it. So, but if they had the capital for him, I think they should have gone in for him.
Yeah, because they need someone like that. They just need They need a number 1 receiver.
Yeah, I think the opening games have showed. Even the games they were winning, it's like it was James Cook cooking, and
weren't playing against great teams either.
Yeah, true.
So,
and like obviously, if teams know Davante only wants the Jets, then it's a bit harder. Because I think he went for a 3rd round pick
and a 2nd round underprotected.
No, so I think the 3rd goes to 2nd, depending on certain
what happens.
Things. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
it's not a lot to give up for that type of receiver, is it?
Because of the age aspect,
Yeah.
But mate, Davante, footwork,
route running. Yeah. Well, we'll see. It'll be interesting. I want to see
if he can put his name back in the top 3, for instance.
Yeah.
So.
I want to see what he does in the Jets uniform because it feels like that's the retirement home for a lot of people. I'll be so honest. I feel like it's a big retirement home for a lot of players.
Is it the right tackle, Tyron Smith,
Yep.
the one that come from Cowboys? He got smoked last night.
Absolutely
smoked. And he was signed because he's great at protecting quarterbacks for Cowboys.
There's been a retirement home. Brett Favre went there before.
Historically.
Yeah, historically it's been just okay, cool. We just take anyone that's anyone.
Yeah, where I mean, it's in that division they've got a chance because 2 is out.
Yeah.
For however long. So the Dolphins aren't where I expected them to be at the moment.
You know the Dolphins, speaking of them, I feel like they should go and try and get Russell Wilson.
I think I saw someone say this a couple of weeks ago.
I actually think they should get Russell Wilson.
I don't think the Steelers will let Russ go, unless they got a good. Not to say you need a big package right now, because if you're seeing Justin Fields as your starter, but that's not a bad shout.
Because I think like he can paper over all the cracks you have in your offense right now. He still throws a beautiful deep ball.
Yeah.
He's thrown that his whole career, and that's perfect for the track team they got down there.
Or just try and get it to their hands as quick as possible. And you'd think IQ-wise, he'd be able to do that.
So I think that's the move that the Dolphins should make because they're right now. I don't know what their season's going to amount to right now either. It's looking like they're going to have to start doing what the Raiders are doing, trading their players.
But I was seeing earlier, I think maybe the end of last week or so on the weekend that they're going to reassess for their bye week.
If Tua can come back.
I think their bye weeks maybe not this week, the week after. And then whether they're going to make that decision on him coming back, etc. Because I think they said maybe week 8 or week 9.
He needs to rest, man. The whole season. Just rest, honestly. No one wants to see anything happen to him. I think he just needs to cool it for this season and then,
Right.
Because I don't know if he's going to make a massive difference when he comes back in the lineup.
I mean,
like what difference is he going to really make right now? Because they're not playing the greatest of football. I know it's obviously it's happened since the quarterback changes, but they weren't playing well when Tua was really there as it was at the start of the season anyway.
Oh, well, to be fair, he got injured in game 2.
But they weren't. But did they look good to you?
Yeah, but the Dolphins last season they weren't good against the big teams anyway.
It's true. If they're not playing in Miami,
his worth has actually been shown whilst they've not been. Because last season they were leading all the yardage. While he was their track team. Do you know what I mean? So even though we know his skill set to an extent is capped, or how much we trust him in big games, there's been a big fall off. Yeah, like he's actually a good quarterback.
No, he is.
No one can never deny that.
Do
you know what I mean?
He is.
Whereas there was that hesitation. Obviously, he's not with the top 3, top 4, for instance. But he's a very good quarterback. Yeah. He gets the job done enough. Where I thought this season, because he's got paid now, they might actually make a playoff run or win their division, for instance. But they should have won their division last year, but they fucked up towards the end. So
it's going to be an interesting one. I just feel like Russell Wilson would work for them, but hey, maybe not. If they make the move, if you call to if Tua is told to sit down the whole season, I think they should make that move.
It depends how long they leave it.
Yeah, of course.
But say for Russ, that might work in their favor because if Justin Fields keeps winning, for instance, and they're feeling more comfortable, whilst Russ is getting fitter, he might be able to just come straight in. Yeah, obviously, offense is different. You might need a bit more time, but
he's experienced enough to.
Yeah, when you got Tyreek and Jaylen Waddle.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And OBJ's, I think,
coming back for
just get them the ball, bro. So, and they've got speed demons in the backfield, like their running back duo. Yeah, Mostert and Achan, even though they've been hurt, but I think they should be coming back soon. Yeah. So, yeah, that AFC East, where even though the Bills are 4-2,
you never know.
Yeah.
You never know because the Bills are kind of a fake 4-2. It feels like right now. Yeah. It's like one of them 4-2s where it's like it could have been 2-4.
Yeah.
So
even like fair enough, they have their wins, but you saw how they were when they matched up against the Ravens.
Anyone.
The Ravens battered them.
Mm-hmm.
The Texans looked like they were trying to throw that game away, but what were the Bills really gonna do? Like,
yeah.
So, like, yeah, they're 4-2s for them for their division, but again, if the Dolphins can go on some form of a win streak whilst Tua is out, then when he comes back in, they might get hot.
Yeah, it's true. The NFL's become interesting to me, though. Do you know why? Because it's come more like the Premier League. You can really, when you watch it, how we watch it consistently, you can now see the levels of teams above. Like, you know what's coming. Like, you can see now that, okay, cool. When you look down the schedule, like, those teams can't even beat these teams, even if these guys have a bad day.
Now we're starting to show it more. In the early weeks,
it wasn't.
It was a madness.
In the early weeks, it was like,
because even our predictions, which we'll go through, we've had a good week. Everyone's had a very good week.
But now you can kind of predict correctly because you're thinking, okay, you're a bad team, you're a good team, you're mediocre. Like, you might win depending on injuries, but you can now for sure say, okay, cool, there's 5 definite teams that should win unless they're playing each other. Mm-hmm. Do you get what I mean? And then after that, there's like, okay, cool, the Panthers usually going to lose.
Yeah.
The Bears have picked up a lot.
Panthers have been putting up a fight with Dalton in these games.
We've been putting up a fight, but we ain't winning nothing.
The team overall seems better than the team last season.
Yeah, right now. I just feel like I think new quarterback bounce is like same as new manager.
But like even the defense are like, they're not playing well, but they're staying in games.
I guess so. We're still giving up like 38 points a game.
Maybe it's because the offense actually taking that. The offense is fairly good.
Yeah, but we're still
it's manageable if you had a great defense or win you games.
But we're giving up still 30 something points a game. So we're not doing that great. But now you can really see the separation between teams right now, which is good to see. And you're like, okay, cool. Now you can start like, okay, cool. Who's gonna make the playoffs? What matchups am I looking forward to seeing? What should be this and what should be that? Which is now interesting.
I think when every team kind of has their bye week, that's when obviously there's been early bye weeks. The Chiefs are on a bye week this week, so thankfully they're not gonna have to put me through any mental stress. But it's just like it's starting to play out a bit more. They're still not overriding teams.
Right.
I don't think like there's a bigger pool of great teams like there was last season. Because obviously now we know the Ravens are great, but they started off really slow. Whereas like there was a few more teams last year. Do you know what I mean? It's just starting to split besides the NFC North, man, that division. Because I'm just even looking at the standings. AFC East, like we've just said, the Bills are the only team with a winning record. AFC West, Chiefs 5-0, Chargers 3-2, and then Broncos 3-3, Raiders 2-4.
Yeah.
North, Ravens and Steelers 4-2, Bengals 2-4. And I think the Steelers got the Jets this weekend actually, because I saw Mike Tomlin quotes saying I was preparing for Davante Adams last week. I have to prepare for him again this week. I was like, fair. And then the South. The Texans 5-1.
Right.
Colts are next at 3-3. So like the AFC, there's a few the main top teams are obviously the Bills are 4-2, but the 3 powerhouses right now are the Chiefs, Ravens, and Texans. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
With the kind of the 3 premier quarterbacks you say in the NFL.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say right now the 3 premier quarterbacks you said in the NFL.
Obviously Allen.
Yeah.
Allen's up there. And then Burrow. Burrow's had a great season.
He has.
He's had a great season.
He has. It's
for you to be because I think before they won on the weekend, his 1-4 record stats is the best of a quarterback ever for a 1-4 quarterback.
It is true. But the only problem is you're 2-4.
Yeah, that's 2-4 now.
That's the thing. Like everyone's, we can go great. He's playing his greatest season ever, which looks like he's actually playing his best season he has.
Yeah, bar the Giants game, I didn't think their offense was good at all.
Nah, but he's having the best season he's had personally.
Patriots, but yeah.
But it hasn't translated to wins.
He was leading in touchdowns before this week's games.
Yeah, because he had 12,
and I think he only had 1 interception.
Yeah.
I think he's still only got 1 interception.
Yeah,
no, he didn't have none against the Giants. No,
he barely threw the football against the Giants. The Giants defense came up.
They're very good defense, but he ran like that 50+ yard touchdown. So yeah, because that game was what 17-7.
Yeah,
Shit, yeah.
And if the Bengals had lost that, I'm not saying the Bengals are gonna do anything.
They were close to losing that. If the Giants had a better quarterback,
that's the thing.
Yeah.
But Daniel Jones is boy. Let's not even talk about that, man. He's.
I feel for that guy, man.
Nah, I don't feel for him.
I saw one tweet say
bad.
One so-called journalist say he's atrocious and out, but then they put up his home record and his road record, and I think his home record, for instance, was like 27-30. But his road record is 41-16.
Huh?
Yeah.
The hell?
And I was like, this better be true from the page that I saw it. And I was like,
he's played that many games?
That's what I was thinking. I might be wrong, but I feel like I saw
played that
41-16. And then, shit, has he played that much games?
27-30, 57.
57.
Then 41-16.
That didn't make sense.
Nah.
I need to...
That person that was writing that was just trolling. 41-16.
Yeah, I might have got done there. But but he was proper, because I think he was saying he's 1-15 in primetime games.
Yeah. He don't win on TV.
And stuff. So everything else looked real. Do you know what I mean? So
I think the one might have been against Lamar.
Oh, is it?
Because he's the only NFC quarterback to beat the Ravens.
Swear it's him. I think Lamar's what, 22-1?
22-1. He's the only one.
No way.
Yeah. So that's what's funny about that sort of thing as well.
Oh no, it wasn't. Sorry, it wasn't the records. It was his touchdowns.
Oh,
so
okay.
he's 27-30, 27 touchdowns, 30 interceptions at home.
Right.
41 touchdowns and 14 interceptions on the road.
Okay.
So he's got a 3-to-1 ratio on the road. What, basically 1-1 at home. Prime time, he's 1-14.
He's got 1 touchdown and 14 interceptions.
No, 1 win.
Oh, 14 losses.
His primetime touchdown to interception ratio is 12-20.
My God.
And he hasn't thrown a touchdown pass at home since 2022.
Yeah, so basically, if the Giants are playing at home, pick against them.
Yeah. But, yeah, so, like, this person was like, he's atrocious, or his career has been atrocious. And I was like, his road record balances that out. I'm sorry.
It does. But when them man are looking at only home games, I'm thinking, bro, how you not play well
I
in
hear
a home
it,
building?
but if you've got a 3-to-1 ratio away on the road, that's basically the top end quarterbacks that are winning MVPs and stuff like that, or 4-to-1. So I was like, and obviously, just before he got paid, the reason why he got paid when they got to the playoffs,
he had a great season, got them to the playoffs,
and they beat the Vikings, who were number 1 in their division.
Yeah, I also felt like that was a blip year though, because if you look at him before, that they paid him off a small sample size of what he produced.
Yeah.
Whereas looking at the actual full picture, they got caught up in the heat of the moment. Let Saquon go, paid him $40 million a year.
That was a mistake, because that year they should have franchise tagged Daniel Jones.
Yes.
So you got to prove it again.
Yep. And then paid Saquon. Yeah.
And they wouldn't have been in this. Because Daboll's coach and that year deservedly got him coach of the year. First year, making Daniel Jones look great.
Yeah.
Well, not throwing interceptions and shit like that. So.
But that also helped when you have Saquon running the ball.
100%.
Because you have someone you can put in the stomach and then boom. And they're hitting the crease and going.
They've never really had a good O-line when Jones has been there, and Saquon still
was picking up yards because of how good of a running back he is. And you can see the same thing that he's doing in Philadelphia.
Yeah. And just like the Giants, they've just always got a good defense by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Like,
they invest in the defense though.
Yeah. I mean, because Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, bro, like that's a crazy pass rush alone. So, and is it Thibodeau?
Yes,
that's there as well. I think he might be injured at the moment or so. But it's just like them three. You can actually say that might be the best defensive line in football.
That's the thing. And they're the Giants.
Exactly. Like, I expected the Giants to be 0-6,
but their defense have won them games in some aspects.
So
what they now? 2-3 and
I think 2
and 4.
2 and 4.
Yeah, because
if I go through NFC. Yeah, they're 2 and 4.
Yeah.
So Commanders 4-2 in that division. Eagles 4-2. Obviously, we know Cowboys. We'll discuss them soon. In the NFC West, no one's got a winning record. 49ers and Seahawks are both 3-3.
Yeah.
And then NFC North, everyone's got a winning record. And then NFC South, Falcons and Bucks 4-2. Then Saints 2-4. Panthers. Saints started off 2-0. Lost 4 on a bounce.
Yeah. Not picking them again either.
They had the record. Or fourth or second most points
in the first two games
in NFL history.
Because every time Derek Carr got the ball, they scored.
Yeah. No.
Now look, but yeah, the Dallas Cowboys.
I think we have to discuss that because the Lions absolutely mollywhopped them.
The Lions were taking the piss.
They wanted all the O-line. At least one of them to get a touchdown.
Yeah.
Because they did everything.
I think it was from last year though.
Oh, 100%.
It was literally...
Because they made Skipper eligible the very first play of the game. And obviously he's the one that last season, so...
They were... The Cowboys are a disgrace, but the Detroit Lions are a very good football team.
They're a superb team.
Yeah.
And I just love watching... I always enjoy watching their locker room videos the most after games. Cause Dan Campbell's energy is just like infectious. Yeah. And then I don't know if you saw the one after this game.
No, because obviously I didn't. I saw it. I didn't see the locker room stuff. I just saw
no, this one was emotional, but on a like good level. Like Campbell was basically then giving the 2 game balls to Jared Goff and is it Brian Branch? I know Branch is his surname. And then Goff quickly done speech and he says, yo, this is for head coach, blah, blah, blah. Because he used to play for the Cowboys. Yeah. And then it's like winning hair for him. And then game ball goes to him and you can see like Dan Campbell getting a bit emotional and stuff. And I was like, the Lions videos, anytime, their locker room videos are just always like I said, Dan Campbell's very infectious. I don't know if you saw on Insta, Amon St. Brown posted on his story because... he was playing a song in his story. I forgot where it was. It's basically, it's that come to your house and take over your trap, obviously. And then Jordan Lewis, the Cowboys DB, DM'd him saying, you still trash or you still ass or something like that, innit? And he posted that on his story, just his comment. Because apparently they'd been beefing beforehand, innit?
Oh, okay.
And stuff like that. Because I think when St. Brown scored his touchdown, people were like, oh, why is he not celebrating or something like that? And he just ran over straight towards the bench. But he done it like I think it was more of an arrogance thing to Jordan Lewis and stuff like that. But yeah, the Detroit Lions, I think right now they're the best team in the NFC.
Yeah.
They're the truth.
yeah. I'd say right now for me, they're the team that's coming out.
Yeah, Vikings 5-0 in that division. Shit, they got each other next.
Yeah, which will be a good game. But this is why now when we see who the Vikings are. The Vikings are beating good teams though. They are.
Yeah, that we can't deny.
Yeah, the Vikings have actually beaten good teams.
And they've had that was their bye week actually. Yeah. But the only negative for the Lions, Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, the mad injury.
Broke his leg, innit?
Yeah. When I was watching, I said, you know when he went round the corner and he sacked Dak? And then he said...
It's mad how he still got the sack.
Yeah.
He's incredible, man.
He sacked Dak and then he said, he's taking off his gloves. He said, it's broke.
I think as soon as I saw him take off his gloves, I was like, flip.
I didn't know what had happened because I thought it was like, because on the first initial thing, you can't see his leg break. Yeah. And then when they slow it down, you can see something's not correct in his leg. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. Now I understand what's going on.
Yeah.
But it's mad because him as a player, crazy.
I think he was leading the league in sacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on his way to be Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's a big, big loss for them. I don't know how long he's out for, the NFL.
I think they said 4 to 6 months.
Oh, okay.
So, it's weird. When you break a bone, it's like you can recover slightly quicker than, say, your ACL or something, for instance. So,
4 to 6 months, but if they make the Super Bowl, I know I'll probably see him there.
Yeah, flipping. Apparently, Dan Campbell said today, knowing Aiden Hutchinson, I think it was Dan Campbell, someone from Lions, knowing him, he might be back before that.
Did you get what I mean?
I said, Lord have mercy.
So, but it's one of them things. If they make the Super Bowl, man, do madnesses just to play because you never know if you're going to get back to them again. They get the real
injections.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Because that is them. They absolutely bullied the Cowboys. Just on the line, in the trenches. Like, that's their thing, the trenches. They've got a good all-round team, but the trenches is their thing. They've got the best O-line in the league, them and the Ravens, arguably. And then D-line, obviously, Hutch is the massive loss in it, but their D-line's very good. So, and them picking up players for their backfield, their DBs, that was their major concern, innit? Right. And it looks like they're starting to iron that out a bit, so... I think overall team, maybe in the NFC, they might have the best team overall.
Yeah, they're top 5 teams in the NFL.
Easily.
Might go top 3.
They might be.
Yeah.
Because if you're only choosing, just say, Chiefs, Ravens on
Then the AFC side.
Yeah, Lions got a bit more credit in the bank than the Texans do, for instance. So you might the Lions might be arguing. There was debate on Thursday who's the best team in the whole NFL right now, the Ravens or Lions, and it's like can't skip out the Chiefs, but such is life. But if they're in those debates,
then
they should have arguably got to the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, they're definitely. I feel like they're the favourites to come out of that conference
now.
Yeah.
But do you think the injury change, Hutchinson's injury, changes it?
I want to see them against the Vikings, just to see, because the offense is still what the offense is. Like they can put up points, and nothing stopping them. And it's not like they don't.
Their running game,
throwing game, every trick plays
as a duo. Yeah,
everything. Dan Campbell is so creative. He doesn't even want to go. He don't punt the ball barely. Like fourth down and 5. Yeah, let's go for it.
Their OC Ben Johnson, he was opening up the playbook.
Yeah,
because I think I saw Nick Wright say his only concern is he hopes that the Lions have 30 more trick plays because they might have used all of them against the Cowboys.
Nah, it's true. It is true.
Bro, when Penei Sewell was... I wanted him to get that touchdown.
Yeah,
Man lined up and the trick... when Amar ran through him the ball, and then I think one of the other O-linemen actually lined up as a wide receiver.
Yeah, he tried to run a route. And they tried to throw a back shoulder to one of the O-linemen. I started laughing. I said, yeah. But this is an indictment on the Cowboys because the Cowboys, back to
Disgrace.
them. I don't know what they're on. Jerry Jones. I don't know. A lot
of it is on Jerry Jones.
But bro, they throw the ball 40 times a game.
They got no choice. They've got no run game.
But at least hand it off. At
they
least
can't.
No, but at least try something, bro.
Didn't you see Jerry Jones said they're saving Zeke?
For what?
Zeke's pissed off, innit?
That's what they're saving him.
Yeah, apparently Zeke's been unhappy with his... So it obviously came out and Jerry Jones didn't push back, but he said, oh yeah, we're saving Zeke.
Saving him.
For later on in the season. What the... Bro, I saw him getting garbage minutes on the weekend. I said, piss off, man.
Bro, you may as well try something new because throwing the ball 40 times a game ain't winning you no games.
They got no choice, though.
I'm just saying...
That's why I was slightly surprised. Not surprised, but they should have gone in for Davante because that's their only thing. Throwing the ball.
But still, they're throwing the ball, but they're not going to win games throwing the ball because they have no run game. They don't establish...
You got to outscore, mate. If you got Davante, CD Lamb, you got a chance.
You do. You do.
got a chance.
You do, but they don't establish any dominance over anything. They can't stop the run in the defense. They can't run in the offense. Yeah. They can just about throw it because that's all they do.
Yeah.
They got a great pass rush, but the pass rush never seems to ever be available because no one's even throwing the ball against you because you can't stop the run.
Or against the top teams, it just doesn't really show too
No.
tough.
So...
They're front runners.
That's it. That's about it. But they're never at the front to run that right now.
Yeah. Because the last 2 years, they've had the best home record in NFL. They were on the 16-game winning streak.
No, they can't
and
win
then
the game
Packers, 4 straight losses.
Yeah.
By record margin. The 4 games is by record margin in NFL history, by the way.
Bro, because they keep giving up 40 points.
161 points or some jazz.
They keep giving up 40 points. And they're lucky Detroit started doing all these trick plays because Detroit could have given 60.
Yep. We both said that at the same time. The Lions could have scored 60.
Easily as well.
Like, don't get me wrong. They were trying to score the trick plays. But if they ran normal plays...
They would have scored 60.
100%, bruv. Montgomery and Gibbs, you can't stop that running back duo. And
if you're the Cowboys, you can't stop the run anyway. And
then if you don't touch Jared Goff, he's a very clean quarterback.
Yep.
He's been showing that. The perfect game against the Seahawks.
18 of 18.
He's had another great game this Sunday.
Yep. He should probably be an MVP discussions, you know. He goes under the radar in them because I don't think he's been in the discussions much, but because Josh Allen was in the discussions, he kicked himself out of that.
Yeah, he did.
But I feel like if anyone's gonna, obviously Lamar's in it, Mahomes is in it.
I wouldn't say Mahomes in it,
but I'm just saying Mahomes in it because of the record.
Yeah,
I said Sam Darnold was in it.
He can bring it back if he just improves his game.
Yeah,
he had a very good game against the Saints. He just didn't have a touchdown. We just can't score in the red zone.
That's the thing. But even saying Sam Darnold was in it because of their record.
He's still in it. Yeah,
that's the thing. So
I'd say Lamar's leading it now.
Yeah, which is scary.
Cause Lamar right now, this is probably the best he's played.
Yeah, throwing the ball, passing the ball, everything. He's just in control of.
And then having Derrick Henry warm, like
he doesn't have to make them mad runs anymore. Here you go.
And having someone to actually ice the game for you. Yeah. Whereas even the Bengals game, Derrick Henry was quiet. 50-yard run.
Game over.
That's it. That was it.
That's it. That's what you need.
And then that's the only game, bar the Chiefs game. Every other game, Derrick Henry's had 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, because I think in like shootout games, he's not going to have as much rushing because obviously you need to throw the ball.
Yeah. It's
So
time of possession games,
yeah.
which they will control most games.
Yeah.
And it was weird because the Bengals game, it was open. Obviously, we all picked the Ravens, but my hesitancy was the Ravens' backfield, which got cooked.
The secondary.
Yeah, the secondary got cooked. Yeah. But it was so great to see Lamar in a shootout. Do you know what I mean? Because like it's not a negative on him, but you don't really see it as much. Yeah, because he's generally controlling the clock.
With the run game, and he's just dominant time of possession.
He said, Joe Burrow, let's go throw for throw. Boom. Stiff arming, flipping defensive ends.
Yep.
I said, yo, Lamar is like, if the Ravens win the Super Bowl this year, I won't be surprised.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They're my Super Bowl pick right now. As of today.
Still the Chiefs, baby.
Just as of today, the way I'm seeing them playing, they're my Super Bowl pick. Because, well, do you know what? His hardest game is going to be the Chiefs. Because the Chiefs and the Ravens will meet. And whoever wins that game is winning the Super Bowl. Do
you know what?
That's what I'm going. That's what I'm going for.
I was thinking about this yesterday. I was like, those two, they're gonna meet in the playoffs. What if they battered? Just say AFC Championship game. What if they beat up each other so badly? They give the Lions, for instance, whoever. I'm just saying, if the Lions make the Super Bowl, the Lions will have all the energy. Do you know? Obviously, you got 2 weeks from it, and the Chiefs are kind of used to it, but. Well, not kind of, they are, but at the same time, they played the most games in the last how many years. Yeah. Eventually, it does.
It catches up to you.
Hopefully not this year, but just in general. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I always just think if these teams beat each other up so much or give themselves so much to do, like, that's why when the Chiefs don't play well and they win, I don't think certain aspects of their game are exerting as much pressure, as much energy. Obviously, if our defense is on the field for long, they are going to, but they've been really good. And the thing, even Mahomes, he's managing the clock more. Yeah. Back in the day when we had Tyreek Hill, speed demon, flipping,
just letting it go.
Anyone score, we're gonna score straight away.
Yeah, we're literally within 2-3 plays.
Yeah. We ain't got time for 15 plays. Whereas now you've seen that, especially last season toward middle of last season and now throughout this season, the Chiefs have long drives.
Yeah, taking the checkdowns.
Long drives, which is keeping our defense refreshed.
But you guys have a good run game.
We do. It's good enough.
That's the thing. Obviously, Kareem Hunt's come in.
Yeah, got 100 yards last game.
So I think that's what you guys are now doing as well, establishing the run first and then throwing off of the run, whereas it didn't used to be, but Mahomes is there to throw whenever you feel like. Now it's a case of, okay, cool, we can do what everyone else does. We can control time of possession. We can do these things. So why not? Because when it comes to the playoffs and we're playing against the Ravens and these sort of teams, we might have to do this.
Well, it showed last year because when we started to run the ball, when Pacheco started to really establish himself as RB1, you could see, all right, Andy Reid trusts him more.
Yep.
And I think it also takes the pressure off the offensive linemen. Yeah. That where if Mahomes isn't throwing, like the three especially, Tooney, Smith and Creed, run game, they're phenomenal. Yeah. Because like, even though we don't run as well as the great teams, you can see they open up the gap straight away, or they're all in unison. So we get the enough yards that we need, just enough. But we're living on this just enough life a bit too much. But like, you know what I mean in terms of our run game. So it also takes that pressure off. Whereas, as crazy as it sounds, come playoff time, Mahomes will probably be the freshest player.
Yeah.
No, it's true. It's true. If he's not hurt, he'll be the freshest player. So yeah, we've had a good balance. I think there was a game, it might have been a Ravens game, where threw it like 39 times, ran the ball 31 times. It's like
a perfect balance.
Yeah, whereas Cowboys, Dak's throwing the ball
40 times,
50 to 60 times a game,
and like running there's a lot 5 to 6 times. Yeah. So, mate, the Ravens, that was a good game against the Commanders. Yeah, the Commanders, they've been in the form team in the NFC. Seeing Jayden Daniels, like he had a good game. He did. He's another one MVP candidate. Yeah, and he's looking like the quarterback of the future.
If you had your top 5 MVP candidates right now, who would you say?
What, from 1 to 5 in order, or just I'll give you 5. Lamar,
just 5.
Lamar, Jayden Daniels, Derrick Henry would be in there.
Would you then put 2 players in the same team? Because this was the argument last year with the 49ers, Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy. It's like they're taking votes from it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then again, the Ravens have been so dominant.
For record purposes, I'm going Sam Darnold, and for record purposes, I'm going Mahomes. If it's for play, I'm not going Mahomes because he hasn't had his level of play to put him in the MVP discussion.
Yeah.
I would have gone Aiden Hutchinson up until the injury. But now I know he can't. You get what I mean? Now I know he can't actually win that. But I would have said Aiden Hutchinson up until the injury.
Defensive player wise, him, TJ Watt.
Yes, TJ Watt's always in that discussion. Always in that discussion.
I always say he's like my favourite player in the NFL. I love TJ Watt.
Yeah. Even Kyle Van Noy's turned back the screws, you know.
Mate, he's been great.
Yeah.
And I think Fred Warner.
Yes.
He's been an absolute beast. So I think the defensive player of the year, obviously now Hutchinson's out of it. That race is still going to be very interesting. Probably as interesting as the MVP race. But yeah, I'd probably agree with those ones. I'd say if Baker hadn't thrown, he still won and they put up 51 points.
Yeah.
Baker's up there for me.
Yeah, he's having a good year. Did he throw 3 interceptions?
I think so.
And they still put up 51 points. It's the Saints. I don't know what they're doing.
Mate, but the Bucs are good. Because they get a lot of injuries and they just get on with it.
Yeah, it's true. It is true.
And like Chris Godwin's starting to look like Chris Godwin of years ago.
Yeah.
And Mike Evans is just
Mr. Consistent.
Mr. Consistency.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, man. I'd say those are my MVP candidates right now if I'm thinking correctly.
You said Jared Goff though as well.
Yeah, I did say Jared Goff. I put him in there, didn't I?
I don't think you just said him though.
Who did I say? I said Lamar.
Or maybe you did. You said Lamar, Derrick Henry.
I said Jared Goff in between those two.
Oh, did you?
Then Mahomes, Darnold, and then I said if I'd taken Mahomes out for play, I'd put in Aiden Hutchinson.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Didn't get the Jared Goff one. Let me see. Baker definitely. Let me see this. What was his stats? Yeah. He had 325 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
What a stat line.
Yeah. But I think Baker's leading the league in touchdowns.
Yeah, it looks like because their offense is really putting up points.
Mate, 51. Like, boy, divisional game as well.
What do you think the Browns should do?
You know, I've been saying it for weeks. They should bench Deshaun Watson. You've got to take the L on his contract.
But who is their backup?
Jameis Winston. This is why.
Yeah, Jameis. But
this is why.
I don't know if you bench him for Jameis, you know. Jameis has also done madness.
He has. Remember that time when he came in for the Saints and they had a couple years ago?
Yeah.
I think he was like 5-2.
Yeah.
Well, I might be wrong, but they had a very good winning record.
I remember this.
It's like, and then he got injured and I think he was out for the season.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, like, you've got a viable backup quarterback who could arguably be a starting quarterback for one of the worst teams. And you are now in that position where you're one of the worst teams.
Yeah.
You're 1-5. How bad is it going to get? Because just for argument's sake, if they had a decent quarterback, who did they just lose to?
The Eagles.
They would have beat the Eagles.
They're in every game.
Because it was 2016.
They're in every game. But let me tell you though, their offensive line does not protect Deshaun Watson whatsoever.
I hear that, but Deshaun Watson also doesn't get rid of the ball.
No, he holds on to it like he's still in Houston. He's waiting for something. And I'm thinking, bro, nothing's happening. Throw it or run.
If your O-line ain't good, you scrambling's not going to help them.
No. If you may as well
if you're
roll
not
out.
A good scrambler.
Yeah. Or if you're rolling out, throw it away or rolling out and just start running straight.
Yeah.
But don't sit behind your offensive line because they ain't helped you this time. They ain't helped you a million times before. They ain't going to help you today. So.
Do you think I was just like, when I was watching his play, I was like, isn't it crazy where he's at now? Whereas like his last season with the Texans, he was an MVP candidate and I think they had a losing record.
He was a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, arguably top 3.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think it's mental though. I think it's actually mental. I don't think it's his ability to do things. I think it's a mental block. Something's blocking him from doing these things because the player's still in there. The player is still in there. You don't fall off a cliff like this.
It's mad.
And you get paid all this money. No one pays you this much money.
He's played enough games now.
This is the thing. but you don't fall off a cliff like this. So my thing is, it has to be mental. There's something going on. I know his dad passed away, and he's been going through some things, but I also know the field is usually the place where you escape all of those things and, you know, you play better. But maybe I think he might be going through a lot, but it's not a small sample size just to narrow it down to this. It's been over his time in Cleveland.
Because now, compare it NBA-wise, Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Why can't they get back to their level?
Ben Simmons is a different story. Ben Simmons didn't want to play.
Yeah, but now you supposedly do want to play.
Yeah.
Why can't you get back to your level?
And I don't know.
Because they both got skill sets that most people haven't got.
Yep. All-star in Ben Simmons.
Like, even though Simmons, as much as shooting you could get on, he was still a superb point guard.
Yep.
Like, running the show. And then one of the best defensive players.
Mm-hmm.
And then the numbers he put up, like...
Just has a shooting mental block when it comes to shooting.
But now it's affected his whole game. Well,
yeah,
this hiatus has affected his whole game.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with Deshaun Watson, it seems like.
Like, I just find it interesting and weird at the same time. Why can't these apex players get back? Obviously, if it's been an injury thing, that injury's kept on holding you back, fair enough. But like in Deshaun's case, it doesn't seem like it's been an injury thing. Ben Simmons has had odd one here and there.
But his injuries feel like they've been mental because it's like, oh, my back's hurting.
Yeah. Whereas like someone, I'd say, where you can see they've got the mental struggles, but the injuries have played a big part. Dele Alli.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the injuries have really played a big part.
Yes.
And he's gone through a lot. And like him, like not thankfully, but like in a positive way, speaking out.
Yeah.
And a lot of things like everyone can understand
why
his struggles and stuff like that. And he's still trying to like make a comeback and stuff like that. And I hope he does. But then there's others. They've just got a mental blockage in an aspect of their game.
That won't allow them to do what they used to do. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. I'd actually like to sit down and speak to them people and ask them what's gone on. Why do you feel like you can't get to where you were? Because that's an interesting topic, because a lot of players and a lot of athletes seem to go through it. They fall off a cliff and can't ever get back to where they are, where they were. And it's with no injuries, no problems like that. And what's gone on for that mentally to stop you? And that's what I think for Deshaun Watson's happened. Obviously, he's gone through all the madness, but once you've been cleared of all the madness, you still got play.
His saving grace was he still got paid.
This is the thing. Guaranteed, the only ever guaranteed contract in NFL history.
Yeah, like he still got the bag. So you like not in a bad way, but obviously what he done, he should come back with a bit more arrogance in his play, not in his actual self. Yeah, but in his play, bro. That guy at the Texans was
him. Right, he was him.
You were gonna say he's rivaling Mahomes.
Yeah,
in coming years.
That was what it was, though.
I think I saw. I was listening. Was it last week or week before? The Texans might have had an 0-4 start in his final season and they made the playoffs or something like that. And I think he's the only quarterback to do that. It was something along those lines to have an 0-3 or 0-4 start, because they were talking about like Joe Burrow's record. And Deshaun's the only one that's done it and ended up in the playoffs in the last, just say, 50 years, for argument's sake. Like, bro, people forget how special Deshaun... Well, they don't forget, but...
They remember, it's just they're just seeing what he is now.
Yeah,
just
like Deshaun Watson was top 2, top 3.
Oh, I remember having arguments about
he's going to be the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, I was telling people this man is the best.
Yeah.
And they were telling me, no. I said, have you not seen what he's doing at Houston?
Yeah, that's when
I said at Houston, these guys aren't good. He's putting up ridiculous numbers.
When they're making playoffs, JJ Watt would say to him, "We're only in this position because of you."
This is the thing. This is the thing. And I said to myself, I don't know how he's done, I've said it before, but how he's fallen off this cliff. But I want him to get back to what he was, because even when Cleveland signed him, they're like, look what we've signed. We have signed our quarterback that's going to get us over the line.
He'll probably so regret getting rid of Baker now.
But then Baker's obviously gone to...
Baker probably needed that for himself as well.
Yeah, he's gone to multiple situations. He's gone to the Rams. He's gone to Carolina. He's now found his landing spot in Tampa.
Because last season was a kind of a last chance saloon for him. Yeah. And he states he's claiming...
Similar with Sam Darnold, though.
It's his job. He might get paid next year.
And I don't think it'll be from the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. But I saw Reports saying Donald might get 50 M's next year.
Yeah.
Just like, fucking hell, mate.
He might
You
do.
could never imagine that 3 months ago. 2 months ago.
6 weeks ago.
Yes.
Before the day before the season started,
imagine
Sam Darnold wasn't
it's
getting
going to
paid.
be a starting quarterback the following year. So
No.
maybe that year he sat behind Purdy last year under Shanahan.
Helped him out a
It
lot.
could have helped him massively.
100%. You're looking at someone thinking, okay, Brock Purdy, style of play, I can do that.
Coaching matters so much in the NFL, man. Big up Kevin McDonald. Is it Kevin McDonald for the Vikings? Is it McDonald? Or O'Connell?
I want to say McConnell, but I don't know.
O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell.
yeah.
I think it's Kevin O'Connell. Bro, coaching matters, man.
Because you can see what the difference between what a good coaching team does and what a bad coaching team does.
Yeah.
Look at the Jets.
Right. Yeah.
Look at the Vikings.
Yeah.
The Jets on paper have the better players. I'd say quarterback.
Well, quarterback.
Yeah, but quarterback, maybe not receivers, but now they've brought in their receiving core.
Justin Jefferson's
takes them over the edge.
He's 2 receivers himself.
But now they got Davante and that sort of stuff.
And Addison's sick as well, actually.
This is the thing. But I'm just saying, like, coaching is really a key thing.
Bro.
Because you can see how teams just get turned around. Look at what Houston, obviously, with D'Amico Ryans.
Yeah.
Even the Falcons.
Yeah.
The turnaround.
What's Falcons head coach? What's his name? Gone out my head now.
I can see his face.
Yeah.
But I can't say his name.
Because he was the Rams defensive.
Yeah, DC. Yeah, but even the Falcons, man. Like, look at the turnaround. Coaching matters.
Well, the Lions, Dan Campbell, years ago, they were the worst. Remember a couple of weeks ago, we were saying there was a point both Detroit teams were the worst teams in sports.
Now look at the Lions. The Pistons still are down there, but the Lions are.
Raheem Morris, Falcons head coach. That's it. It's like, it's good. There's some. Anyway, we can move on to this week's games.
Yes, let's do
for the NFL. Obviously, we all had winning weeks last week. Seems like Dej won, the bastard.
Yeah, he had one loss. He sent his picks in.
Yeah. Oh, what, for this week?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Do you want to read his ones whilst I get up the games?
Yeah.
And have you typed yours yet? Or
no, I'll do mine. I always do mine on the episode, so it's fine.
I can read.
No, go through. I'll do mine.
Cool. All right, the Thursday night game is the Broncos versus the Saints in New Orleans.
Do I give the Saints one more chance?
This was tough for me because the Broncos have one of the best defenses in the NFL. And Sean Payton seems to be another one coaching. Yeah. It's showing. Like, even though they lost, they beat the Raiders.
Yeah, they did.
They did, because I had the Raiders. Shit, the Broncos won, yeah. Yeah. Fighting off. Oof.
I'm going Broncos.
I feel like with these teams...
It's the mediocre.
Yeah,
it's just one of them ones.
They'll have their win where you think, all right, they might get another win and they'll lose. I'm going Saints.
Okay.
Just about.
They're just going Saints as well.
Cool. If Derek Carr's back, I thought Rattler played pretty good before his interception. That's actually. It looks like this game might arguably two worst teams in the AFC: the New England Patriots at the Jacksonville Jaguars. This game's in Wembley, actually.
Do you know what?
I think it's in Wembley. Yeah, it is.
It is. It's a UK game. I'm giving the Jaguars one last chance. Like, this is the last time I'm picking them this season. Because they're playing the Patriots.
Yeah. It's just Drake May actually looked all right for the Patriots.
He did, but they can't.
They've just not got good skill players, but he's actually quite good.
They can't defend him
so far.
They can't help him out, bro. He's getting, but he was down there, out there getting sacked like there's no tomorrow. Their offensive line's the whole heap of rubbish as well.
He's a unit as well, though. Big guy. I got the Jags as well.
They just got the Patriots.
Fuck no. Only his jammy self is probably gonna get that as well. Seahawks at the Falcons.
Falcons.
I was a bit conflicted on this game.
Yeah, Falcons.
Because Seahawks have lost 3 in a row. And the Falcons are starting to pick up. But these are the kind of games the Seahawks win.
Yep.
I'm going Falcons because I had them to win the division. That was my reasoning for picking the Falcons. I had them to win the division, and I had the Seahawks to finish last in the division.
Oh, okay.
That was the only reason when I was doing mine earlier. Titans.
Dead
Falcons. Sorry, yes, fuck that guy. Now I'm joking, my bro. Titans at the Bills.
Bills, because Will Levis, I can't stand that. I can't stand to see another.
But the Titans' defense is actually all right.
They are. But when you lose to the Colts,
it was Pittman Jr. He was making some grabs.
Yep.
On Snead as well.
Yep. Joe Flacco was throwing that ball around.
Bro, Flacco, flipping out. Flacco magic. All I'm saying, if Snead was at the Chiefs, that wouldn't have happened. AFC North. If they had a viable quarterback. But the Bengals are going to visit the Browns.
Who did you even give that game to?
What?
The last one too.
Bills.
Oh yeah, Dej Bills as well.
Yeah, Bills. Sorry, Bengals at the Browns. And I don't think Joe Burrow's got a great record against the Browns, you know?
Yeah, no. Do you know what? I'm going Browns. I'm going for the Cleveland Browns. I am going for the Cleveland Browns. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm going for them. Deshaun, I just had a long talk about you. You're going to turn back into Deshaun Watson of old this week.
He done it last season against the Ravens when they won. Yeah.
Give us that Deshaun Watson.
I'm going to go the Bengals.
Okay. They're just going the Bengals too.
Yeah. But, yeah, again, the Bengals have to win it anyway. They're in a must-win game. One of the games of the weekend, the Texans at the Packers.
Big game. Very big game.
This is a big game.
Two great quarterbacks facing off. Two young great quarterbacks facing off.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go for the man I think's better right now, and that's CJ Stroud, Texans.
Who did they just beat again?
They just beat... They beat someone.
The Patriots.
The Patriots, yeah.
The Patriots, because he made some tremendous throws under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go the Packers.
Oh, okay.
They've started... Love's looking warm. Their receiving cores, their defense was superb. I think they had 5 takeaways on the weekend.
Yeah. They're just gone Texans as well.
Cool. You guys gone Houston. I've gone Packers. One load of games. Dolphins at the Colts.
I want to give this game to the Colts, but they're so up and down. It's unbelievable. So are the Dolphins. I'm going to go Dolphins. Wait. It's at the Colts. Mm-hmm. I'm still going to go Dolphins. I don't know why I'm doing it, but I'm going to go Dolphins this week.
Weather won't play a factor.
Yeah.
This is tough because I feel like Huntley can be okay in this game. Once he's okay, he's actually all right quarterback.
That's the thing.
But I say good, not okay. He's okay standards different. So okay. I'm going to go Colts. I think they'll get enough pressure on him where...
force him out of mistakes.
Yeah, so I'm going to go Colts.
They just followed you. Go Colts.
Cool. The game of the weekend, the Detroit Lions at the Minnesota Vikings, who are just coming off their bye week.
Lions.
This was tough because I don't know if, obviously, they absolutely dismantled the Cowboys. But if that would take emotionally out of them whilst the Vikings rested, and with Hutchinson out, but then can I see the Vikings being the 6-0 team?
That's the thing. Not really.
This is it, yeah. I'm going to go the Detroit Lions. We pumped them up too much as the best team in the NFC right now for me to go against it. But looking forward to that.
The Edge Lions as well.
All right, so clean sweep. NFC East. Eagles at the Giants.
Well, after we spoke about, it's at the Giants.
100%. I already had Eagles anyway.
Eagles.
Eagles. And Saquon visiting his old stomping ground.
Yeah. Eagles, 100%. They're just Eagles as well. Yeah. Now I'm going off analytics now.
But I am not impressed with the Eagles at all.
No, not at all, but they're winning games.
It was good. If they didn't have AJ Brown and Davante Smith, AJ Brown especially, I don't think they would have won that game.
Nah, but they do.
That was his comeback. And first Hurts game, and I think in 9 or 10 that he didn't have a turnover. So that was big for them.
Yep.
Raiders visiting the Rams.
The Raiders are blowing their organization up, so I'm going for the Rams. Just because I feel like before the end of the week, the Raiders might have traded a few more players.
Yeah. I'm going Rams as well. I just think they needed this bye week because they've been beaten up. So they've had it.
There's Rams as well.
Cool. Your Panthers visiting the Washington Commanders.
Well, Panthers is all nice and that, but yeah, we're not winning that game. Washington. Washington.
Yeah. I've gone Commanders as well.
So it's Dej.
The only 9:25 game on Sunday, I believe, because the other 9 games are 9:05. This is probably the game of the weekend in terms of name. Super Bowl matchup: the Chiefs at the 49ers.
Oh, well, the Chiefs. The 49ers aren't.
You picked against the Chiefs the last couple of weeks.
I have. I'm picking the Chiefs this week because I don't know about the 49ers. They had a good game against the Seahawks. I liked what Debo put up. I liked what George Kittle did.
Yeah, some great. Purdy played very well.
Yeah.
Very well.
I also like their defense.
Who
the 49ers. I've always liked the 49ers defense though.
I think only if the D-line don't get to you or Fred Warner don't make plays, I think there is chance against their secondary though.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Yeah, but no, I'm giving it to the Chiefs this week.
Chiefs as well. I think Mahomes he plays really well against the 49ers in regular season. And obviously Super Bowl wins. But I think last time we went to 49ers, we put up 40 points. And then that was, I think, Christian McCaffrey's first game for them. So going on the road's not an issue. When we're on the road, for me, it's like a home game.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Dead Chiefs as well.
Fantastic. A couple clean sweeps in the last few games for us. Now this one's interesting. The Mike Tomlin quote of him preparing for Davante Adams last week and now preparing this week. The Jets at the Steelers.
I'm still going for the Steelers.
I was thinking Davante
I don't know if Davante's going to play.
New player bounce.
I don't know if he's going to play.
He technically can.
He can, but remember he's been coming off this hamstring
injury. You're not wrong.
So I don't know if it was one of them hamstring injuries. I need to leave this Raiders hamstring injuries, or if it's actually real. But right now,
because if he's not injured,
he'll play.
Today's technically their off day anyway.
Yeah,
and then
he'll travel down.
He can go to New York or just meet them in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
they might go earlier flight.
That's the thing. So
he doesn't need to
practice with Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, it's true. Just run that.
Alan Lazard, go that way. Get out my way.
You just run the routes you run.
Yeah,
and then, I'll find you.
Yeah, is Randall Cobb here? Let him just chill, even though he's not in the squad anymore. Is he about? Yeah, that's true. Nat Hackett, I know you.
Yeah, cool.
So
I'm going Steelers though.
The reason why this is tough because the Jets defense can get to Justin Fields.
They can do. But the Jets O-line, after what I watched last night.
Steelers. I've written Steelers, but it was tough. Steelers. I'll go Steelers.
Dead Steelers as well.
Right. Are we all gonna have Steelers 5-2 and the Jets 2-5? That's
looking
gonna be
like
bad. It. Another good game because there's 2 Monday night games. Ravens at the Bucks.
Ravens
as well, but this I reckon is good. I only picked the Ravens because they're playing the NFC team.
Yeah, and
even though it's a good the Bucks are a good team.
Yeah,
it's just Lamar's record against the NFC.
Yeah, it's gonna be 23-1.
That's gonna be a good game.
It will be. But the thing is, I say it's gonna be a good game, and then the Ravens might just sit there and dominate the game. And you sit there thinking, well.
But the Bucks, because Baker throws the ball, and that's the Ravens' weakness.
Kryptonite, yeah.
Their secondary.
Yeah, it's true.
Like Mike Evans could have a field day if Baker doesn't get touched.
Yes.
And he's been scrambling really well this season. So, but the Ravens D-line woke up a bit last couple of weeks. And then the final Monday night game is the Chargers at the Cardinals.
I'm going Chargers because the Cardinals keep getting their ass kicked.
They're just a weird team.
Yeah, I'm going Chargers.
But Kyler didn't actually play bad on the weekend.
No.
Just had nothing.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I got Chargers anyway.
And they're just going Cardinals.
Of course he has.
Yeah, he always
This
goes.
is how he gets his extra 2 wins.
Just with weird
and
picks.
he starts thinking his logic.
It's just madness. He's just picking with madness.
It's like he knows he's going to go against the grain on us and still win, bruv. It's Judge. That's what it's Judge. But yeah, Song of the Week.
Yes, Song of the Week. Oh, my song of the week this week. I had it in my head, but it's another Kofi Stone song, but it's actually not him.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was listening to it today. I'm gonna actually have to search it because.
Should I go first?
Yeah, go on.
Cool. Song of the week. My song of the week is old school TLC Waterfall.
Ooh.
Get me. Got a bit old school, the TLC and the waterfalls and them things they are. Get me. And I know you love your classics as well.
Yeah. Where has my Kofi Stone song gone? It's not even a Kofi Stone song. And since I can't find it, I've got more than one song of the week. So
I had a couple as well, but
so my other song of the week is Karma by Sir featuring Isaiah Rashad. Yeah. Okay. R&B mixed with a bit of rap. So yeah, great song there. But yeah, I'll give my Kofi Stone song next week because I can't find it.
Fair. Yeah, no, literally mine would have. I had like 3 or 4 R&B options. It was an R&B playlist kind of week. So yeah, I was like, let me make Jacob and Deji proud. But yeah, TLC Waterfall
and Karma, Sir Isaiah Rashad.
Fantastic. Cool. Guess we can wrap it up.
Yes.
Another fantastic episode of Through a Different Lens podcast. Even though Dej ain't here, as Dej let's say.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
And Jacob is here.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, sir. And yeah, like we always say, we appreciate you guys. Happily tune in for us. Continue commenting, liking, subscribing, everything, and making more suggestions. Oh, someone's given me a good topic actually for us to speak about, but we didn't have enough time. But come on, and they're potential guests as well. So, and yeah, we're actually looking for more guests. So if we think you can make the cut, then then there it is. But yeah, like you heard Jacob and Tanika's conversation last week, which was fantastic. And those are the things that we want to encourage. And our previous guests. So yeah, Joe MBT signing out.
Jacob signing out.
Peace.
Thank you for listening.